One of the most common problems that often leads to different types of pain, foot pain, knee, ankle, hip, is whenever the arch collapses in. And it often occurs when you're all the time. Like when you're just standing there, it's likely that your knees are turning and facing each other right now, and even sitting. And to strengthen the arch properly, there's three main components to the arch. Number one is all of the muscles at the bottom of the foot, which we don't see on there, but it's right here. Right here. These muscles, there's 4 layers of muscles at the bottom of the foot.
There's actually some on the floor.
There's some over there too on the ground, all right? They're all over the place. This is one component. You must learn to strengthen the muscles in the bottom of the foot, and that's gonna help lift the arch. Now, just like a bridge though, just like guy wires or a bridge, yeah, like the cables hold the bridge up. Yeah, there you go.
Suspension bridge?
That's it. Now, come on in here, Marisol. These muscles right here, look at this white tendon right here. See this? The white tendon's like a rope. And this rope right here goes up here, it wraps around, and it goes up on the side, the outside of the lower leg here. And when this muscle contracts, it lifts the arch. Same with one in the back. Okay, see that one right there? These tendons come around the back of the leg here. Once again, they're back here and they squeeze, and then they lift the arch up as well. And these muscles must be strengthened. Also, which you may or may have not got to already, is the glute muscle is a main component as well of turning everything out. So all of those coordinate and synchronize together to support your foot. And when your foot is supported, your knee's stable, your hip's stable, your back's stable, all of the things are stable and you feel great. Now, coming back down to this foot, come over here, Marisol. Another common complaint that occurs because many of you, most of you, almost all of you have been wearing high heels. Maybe not all of you wear high heels, but women, shoes.
I don't wear high heels.
He doesn't wear high heels. Guys, dress shoes that are really tight. And when we say really tight, that's almost all shoes. They have a narrow toe box. They taper in like this. And what occurs there is it actually compresses the foot. And these right here are the tendons. Underneath the tendons are your foot bones. They're long, skinny bones. In between these bones, where the red is, there's nerves. You may have heard of Morton's neuroma or nerve pain down in the foot. And that is very common and often caused just from the shoe squeezing your foot. And then whenever the shoe squeezing your foot, what happens there is your brain is not connected to your foot because it's in a prison down there. It can't do anything. You're wearing high cushion shoes. So now, not only is it compressed, but now your foot becomes weak. And it's like this thing that just hangs. Pretty much it just hangs and floats and flaps around. Okay, you must wake it up again. So learning how to spread the toes out like Andrew's doing here. Look at this. Spread those toes out. And you're gonna do this by, first of all, wearing shoes that are we're a big supporter of Vivo Barefoot. Oh, I got them on. Vivo Barefoot shoes, nice wide toe box and barefoot. There's other options as well that we like, that a lot of people like as well. So that right there, notice that whenever all this stuff is spread out, he's got more space between the toes and the nerves aren't gonna get pinched as much, right? It's rocket science, unbelievable, right?
So simple.
So simple. What else with the anatomy here? The calf. Okay, and you got 2 calf muscles. You have the gastroc and the soleus, right? What those do is those lift the feet up like this. And they also perform other functions when you're squatting or lunging, right? They're gonna help you move this lower leg around. But this connects right here to the bone. It's called your calcaneus. It's a big bone at the bottom of the foot. It's your heel bone itself, and it attaches right here. So if you're getting any kind of pain or tightness through here, you may have to learn how to get in there with something like a Theragun or with a barbell or with a PVC pipe or foam roller or something to soften that up to lengthen. Because in order for you to properly squat, you must be able to take your knees past your toes. Okay? Right.
You said all that and they're probably like, what does that mean? So
all
let me
right.
just clear that up, pushing the stick in.
Okay. And high ankle strains too. And so these ligaments right here, come on here, Marisol. See these guys? These are ligaments. What ligaments do is ligaments attach from bone to bone, this white tissue like a rope, bone to bone. And what tendons do is they attach from bone to muscle. See that? Ligaments are basically like tendons, but they just connect from bone to bone. And whenever you roll your ankle out, a lot of you may have a problem with rolling your ankle out just like that. What happens is every time you do that, you start tearing all of these ligaments right here. Inside those ligaments, you've got all these receptors that send messages up to your brain and let your brain know where your foot is in space, where it's being held. And every time you roll it, that ankle can become very, very weak as well. And also you lose contact with where your foot is. So for that, you must learn how to properly balance while you're spreading your toes, working everything underneath the foot. These are very, very common, very simple causes, very simple solutions. Don't need to overthink any of this stuff. Anything else with the foot? Shin splints. Oh, guys. So I was down at, when I was at Harvard, I was talking with Irene Davis, and also it was Dan Lieberman. These are the two, I believe they're the two leaders in the world with researching foot mechanics and pain. And there was a study done, and it showed there was 12 people, and all 12 of them had severe shin splints, and they were runners. Severe. What shin splints are is, you see this muscle right here, guys? Right? This muscle wraps around here. This is part of it, and all the muscle up through here. Okay? This is all shin splints occur in here. And what they found was that these were all heel strikers. All these people struck with their heel. They're wearing big, bulky shoes, big Nikes, whatever they were, Adidas's, the high heel lift shoe. And they are, whenever you're wearing those shoes, whenever you're wearing those shoes, you're going to strike with your heel. You're very likely to. And here's what occurs. Notice whenever you're a heel striker and your foot swings through. Can you swing it through? Oh, you are swinging through.
I'm getting there.
He's swinging the foot through. Start back here though, Andrew, so they can see. Like swing. Like get your left foot forward, then get your right. Great. Now, when you are a heel striker, what you're going to do is you must pull this toe and hold it so tight so it doesn't hit the ground. And then the heel striker extends way out here, and that's not over yet. Notice that this muscle is just actively, it's like holding a 40-pound bicep curl right here. Now what has to happen is, if this muscle here doesn't stay contracted, this foot just slaps on the ground. The body doesn't want to do that, so what it does is it still contracts even harder to slowly decelerate the foot down. And over time, what happens is this muscle just becomes so overworked. It's not designed to do that from the factory. It's not. The oldest shoes, 10,000 years ago, I think that's when they were found, they're all flat foot sandals. And there's been cross-cultural studies looking at groups with 2,000 people. 2,000 people, one's an indigenous tribe, they wear no shoes or just flat foot. The other are westernized countries, and it is the ones who have flat feet, who have the problems, they're wearing those shoes. And that's
the big squishy ones.
The big squishy ones. That's research through Irene Davis and Dan Lieberman. And so you must learn how to, you must make the change. You must do it for your long-term health. You must think 3 to 5 years ahead and make that switch. And what you're going to find is the transition feels amazing. It's really fun. It opens up new possibilities. So you're going to get rid of those shoes. You're going to learn how to strike your foot where it's supposed to, which is right in about the middle. Middle or the front. Actually, those guys all talk about the front of the foot, the ball of the foot, right? It strikes there. And what occurs naturally, check this out, guys. When you strike right here, your calf serves as a shock absorber, just like a strut on your car or a shock on your car, right? It can take a bump. Boom, and now the calf becomes the absorber. The muscle strength, the muscles in the front of the leg, lower leg, they relax, they heal, you improve. That's the solution. And the great thing is, regardless of what anyone's ever told you in the past or anything, you have the freedom of choice. So you can choose right now to live different, to live better, and to live for your future by being present right now and making the changes. So that's foot anatomy and some symptoms that go with improper mechanics.
Some things.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.